All right. Let me check this sound. That should be better. Okay. So, y'all see so called friends threw acid on this girl's face. We're going to get into the story. I'm definitely going to say how lately some things have made me move a little different until I feel otherwise. But as I put, not everyone deserves access to you. And we're also going to go over some signs that someone may have secret animosity towards you as well. But the victim's name, her name is Passion. And then the names of these two other, the actual girls left and right that threw the acid on her are Yakira Hollins and Tyrania West. And this is thanks to Black Girl Unlost that we will be watching this video that they put together. I will have my commentary more at the end. So we're mostly just going to watch this. I may pause a little bit, but not a lot. And we'll go from there. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's see here. Let me take. Okay. All right. I got to change my audio so y'all can hear it.
Person felony, the bond in your case has been set at $150,000. They did the pretrial services, electronic monitoring, no contact with victim or state witnesses.
Justice for their sister. Someone threw acid in the teen's face during a fight over the weekend.
"18-year-old Passion Turner believed she was simply spending time with people she once called friends, girls she had grown up with and trusted like sisters. But what unfolded on that day would become a haunting betrayal that changed her life forever. What should have been a typical hangout turned into a calculated, brutal assault that left a Passion with devastating injuries, physically, emotionally, and psychologically. On May 27th, 2024, in the 400 block of North Dodge, near 2nd Street and Seneca in West Wichita, Passion was lowered outside her home under false pretenses. Unknown to her, 3 teens, including 18-year-old Yakira Hollins, 18-year-old Tyrania West, and a 16-year-old girl from Topeka, had orchestrated a premeditated attack. The catalyst for the confrontation? A petty, months-long feud over social media that spiraled into something far more sinister. As Tyrania West rang the doorbell to lure Passion outside, the other girls prepared their ambush. The plan quickly unfolded. Passion and West began to physically fight, but the situation took a horrifying turn when the 16-year-old girl suddenly hurled a cup filled with a corrosive substance directly at Passion's face and neck. That substance, later confirmed by authorities as liquid fire drain line opener, a highly concentrated form of sulfuric acid, instantly began to burn through her skin and clothing. The acid's strength was so potent that it even burned through the latex gloves of a responding officer who later picked up a wig torn from Passion's scalp during the altercation. That officer suffered chemical burns to the hand, highlighting just how dangerous and deliberate the attack was. Witnesses at the scene initially believed someone had thrown a drink or used pepper spray, but as they watched in horror, while Passion's skin blistered and her clothes began to melt, the sickening truth became clear. She had been targeted with acid. Hollins was the one who poured the acid into the cup that the Topeka teen then used to carry out the attack. All the while, West acted as the bait to get Passion outside. The incident wasn't spontaneous. It was methodically planned. Passion was rushed to a nearby hospital, where she was admitted to the burn unit with second-degree burns, covering parts of her face and neck.
Dodge. Calling parties advising her sister got acid poured on her face.
That victim, 17-year-old Passion Turner, whose family says is a beautiful and bright girl, but a fight between old friends went too far.
It was a battle between old best friends, if you want to call that. They were childhood best friends, and it just kind of went too far.
With burns so severe and graphic, the family asked that we not share the photos.
Target here and her neck, there's kind of some droplets that got on her chest, and then you could see that it splashed over a little bit to this side. When she first saw herself, a lot of tears. It's It's bad. She doesn't look like herself.
Her family says Passion is expected to be in the hospital for days while she recovers. As Passion begins her road to recovery, her family says they would like to use this incident to share one message.
Stop fighting. Stop throwing your life away. These are babies. It's not worth it.
As far as who did it,
Yeah, I want them all put away. All three of them.
we did speak with the Wichita Police Department. They say this is an active investigation and they are currently searching for a known suspect.
While doctors were able to stabilize her condition, the road to physical and emotional recovery remains long. As for those responsible, the wheels of justice are slowly turning. Both Yakira Hollins and Tayrania West faced a jury trial, and in April 2025, were sentenced to 34 months in prison for aggravated battery, despite pleading not guilty. The teen who threw the acid currently faces aggravated battery charges in juvenile court, though prosecutors are considering trying her as an adult. Passion's older sister, Paris Polite, has since come forward to share her sister's story and demand justice. She made it clear that this wasn't just a fight going too far. It was a premeditated act of violence committed by people who knew exactly what they were doing. Her goal now is not only to support Passion through her long recovery, but to raise awareness about this kind of cruelty, hoping it will spark conversations around teen violence, betrayal, and accountability.
Tayrania West, one of two suspects accused of throwing acid on 18-year-old Passion Turner's face in May, was in court today for the first time. She's being charged with felony aggravated battery. Wichita police say the incident started as a fight when a suspect threw acid on Turner's face. Turner later went to a hospital with second-degree burns on her face and neck. The second suspect, Yakira Hollins, bonded out of jail and is scheduled to appear in court on the 20th. Turner's sister, Paris Polite, says she's happy to see action, but that more needs to be done.
I'm happy that something's being done. Do I think it's enough? No. But I am happy that something's being done. I am hoping that once the other girl is caught, that her charges will be much more severe.
Wichita police are working to find a third suspect, a 16-year-old girl from Topeka.
Kansas isn't that big. Topeka isn't that big. So I know that someone has seen her. If you see her, please alert the police. The severity of the case and what they did, I don't think that they deserve a slap on the wrist. My sister didn't get a slap on the wrist. She got a burnt face. I didn't take that lightly. I'm not taking it lightly. I'm not letting up. I'm not going to let it go. They have to pay.
This tragic incident highlights the devastating consequences of betrayal, peer violence, and social media-fueled conflicts. It teaches us the importance of choosing friends wisely, recognizing warning signs of toxic relationships, and understanding that actions, especially those rooted in anger or revenge, can have life-altering consequences. It also highlights the urgent need for awareness, accountability, and stronger measures to prevent teen violence and protect vulnerable individuals.
Good afternoon. Are you Ms. Hall?
Good afternoon.
No,
Yeah.
Miss West, it's co-defendant.
You're Ms. West. You are here, it looks like, on case number 24CR1120. In this case, you're charged with a single count of aggravated battery. It is a severe level 4 person felony. The bond in your case has been set at $150,000. It is with pretrial services, electronic monitoring, no contact with victim or state's witnesses, and no contact with co-defendants. There is also a protective order in your case, and that protective order prohibits you from having any contact with someone with the initials of P, D, T, or other witnesses endorsed by the state. Your next hearing will be the preliminary hearing docket of June 17th at 10:30 a.m. It does look like you have completed a financial affidavit, and I will approve that. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. All right? All right, thank you.
Jane, can I ask you questions or no? Okay.
Okay, that's all that Black Girl Unlost posted. I want to continue the conversation by talking about signs of people that have secret animosity towards you, because I was actually already had this topic written. I've had this topic for probably 4 or 5 months. I saw this video. I was like, okay, it's time to talk about it now. I see y'all's comments. Yes, 3 years seems like a very, very short time where someone else is going to have to deal with long-term injuries for a very long time. Hillside 5 said that bond was too low. I wonder how, or did the teen get tried yet, and did they end up considering trying her as an adult yet? It's premeditated. To get acid, drain cleaner, whatever, that is premeditated. Like, it's not, you're bringing it to a fight. I'm not saying that she didn't know if she possibly was going to have to fight someone. This petty online feud stuff in general, I wanted to say, they said teen violence. I'm not keeping it at teen violence because they keep acting like it's just the younger people that make these horrible decisions. It is super grown people going into retirement age, or you're about to be, just hitting your midlife point, and they're acting like this. That's why it still got me. It's not about them being teenagers. It's not an age thing. People are making very long-term immature decisions. And as the news is saying, petty feud, whatever the feud was, they didn't specify, but I'm saying I keep seeing things that are very petty as well. And I feel like some people have petty feelings towards me that it's like, hey, just let it go. Like, we're good. I got other things going on. I need people to have other things going on in their life. I think it is very scary when someone does not have enough things going on in their life that they hyper focus on you. I will tell you right now, that's why I'm not even celebrating anything, almost anything publicly at this point. I'd rather I know he's like, don't let them win, but I'm like, I'll just privately celebrate my milestones. I'll just privately celebrate my milestones. I'm not doing this with people here anymore because it just seems like you can't have anything. I'm gonna go over the 11 signs. This came from, what is there? This is Happier Human, but I looked at it from a few different ones. I just like that they had 11 signs. The other one had 6, so we're gonna go over this one. But I have to say, trust your gut feeling. When something doesn't feel right, trust your gut. I had something else I wanted to play for y'all too. They don't have any motion. Yeah, no motion going on. Whatever it is, and sometimes people, we know what's crazy. I don't want to get too much on my side offline, but I actually do see people that have motion going on, but they don't even celebrate their own motion. Like, it's like some people I see, they are so smart. They are so creative. They do things that I could never imagine doing. Like, I don't have that talent, but they'd rather focus on what you have going on than focus on their strengths. Like, we're not the same. Like, I can't be you, you can't be me. And they some people do, but they still just let the jealousy part eat them up anyway. Like, and those are the ones that surprise me more, are the ones that you actually are really good at this area, but because someone's getting light in this other area, and I guess you like that light more, you're not even focusing on what you actually are really good at this. It's scary. Okay, so this person that wrote the article said their cousin, they got caught off guard by their cousin, who they found out they had been a dear friend to them, and then found out that they had secret animosity towards them. I'm trying to get this thing to move. I don't know why this thing not scrolling. Let me try to refresh. Hold on, y'all. Let me try to refresh. This is 1 second. Okay, it's scrolling now. Okay. I didn't think I need a mod in here for such a small thing today, but it seemed like I kind of wish I had a mod right now. Okay, so we're going straight to, okay, we know what animosity is. Okay, what is secret animosity? Secret animosity is when someone feels jealousy toward you, but instead they pretend to be your friend or that they like you. It's typical of that colleague who's behind you all the way, but then actually ends up stabbing you in the back, which is usually when you discover they never liked you at all and they hate you instead. Secret animosity is ill will that is hidden, not because the person who carries ill will knows it's not good to have such negative feelings, but rather because they are waiting for you to fail. In fact, they may actually do things that will cause you to fail. If you're lucky, the person who bears you ill will won't break the law and actually use a knife to stab you. But if you're not, and if that person has other forms of mental illness, they may actually act out their feelings of ill will. Where animosity that's known is a pain and you try to avoid that person, being the object of someone's secret animosity is dangerous, as they usually try to get close to you and pretend to like you and be your friend. So with the negativity of jealousy, you also have to deal with feeling betrayed when that person's ill will becomes known. Secret animosity is the blow you never see coming, so you can't take steps to protect yourself from the damage of someone's ill will. And why secret animosity is more dangerous. Having someone be jealous of you or bear you ill will is never nice, but why is secret animosity more dangerous than publicly knowing someone hates you? I'm going down. She talking about her cousin. I'm just going to go, no, I don't want to talk about her cousin, but animosity versus anger. It says you may think that animosity and anger is the same thing, but they're not. When you feel animosity, you can also be angry. In fact, animosity often starts as anger that never gets expressed, so it festers and becomes an ingrained dislike of someone. When you have animosity, nothing will make it stop. Nobody can convince you to let go of the ill will you feel towards someone. However, anger can fade on its own. When you are angry at someone, the chances are that an apology or even a bit of time to cool off can make you forgive the other person and move on. All right, so here's the 11 warning signs. A change in body language. If you know the person well and notice their body language around you has changed, you should pay attention. The body tells us more than words ever do. Where they may have been comfortable around you, there could be a change in their attitude that manifests as a sudden physical discomfort when they're near you. Perhaps they suddenly cross their arms across their chest when they stand talking with you, which shows self-soothing or defensiveness. Suddenly crossing their legs away from you when you sit on the sofa together could mean they're avoiding you. Sidelong stares may definitely indicate their feelings about you have become frosty. Now, obviously, I'm going to say everything with context, though. I am going to say that because I'm going to cross my arms and I still like you. Oh, yeah. Y'all that are in here telling me I don't have the story, again, I am going off of Black Girl Unlost, and then I'm using that to go into a bigger point. I did not convict those girls. I did not do anything, but I wanted to talk about how I've had my own life experiences and how other people should look out for certain signs. So if this is not a topic that you want to be a part of, you are more than welcome to exit. But I'm pretty sure I'm being very clear of where I'm going with this topic. And if they're already in court, that's what the court and news are reporting. I didn't make this story up and just pull their name. So you might want to argue with the court and the news because I don't have anything for you on this one. I have a different direction I'm going in, but I hope y'all have a great day. All right. The next one is they can give stinging compliments. When you interact with someone who holds secret animosity towards you, they will choke on a real compliment. They'd rather chew through their own wrists than really praise you for something. Instead, they'll compliment, but then nullify it with a stinging tail that follows on the compliment. Examples of this are like, wow, you really did so well at the office marathon. I never knew you could run. You always seem so rooted in your chair. Gosh, that's a pretty dress. My grandmother had one just like it. Well done with the presentation. I watched closely and you didn't make a mess even once. Copycatting behavior. Envious people tend to copy the person they feel resentful about by assuming their body language and mirroring their behavior. While it may be flattering if you see someone you know starts dressing in your style, it could also be a sign they are secretly emulating you because they resent you, are boiling with jealousy and harbor animosity. Bragging and self-praise. For some people, it's normal to change the topic of discussion to how amazing they are when you talk about an accomplishment. Even if you talk about how bad your day has been, theirs was always worse. Bragging and self-praising themselves is how someone with animosity tries to reassure themselves they are better than you. Their jealousy needs fuel to run on, and trying to one-up you is a way to self-soothe themselves. 6, they take the wind out of your sails. You're really excited about something, like this author had been with her business idea, and you tell the person with secret animosity about your excitement, they really find a way to rain on your parade. They know just what to say, so you begin to lose interest in your idea, feel like your news isn't all that great, or you're not good enough. And I think that's why a lot of people say, just keep moving in silence until you've actually done it. It's almost like tell people after you accomplish the thing, because a lot of times when you share it, that depending on who you're sharing it with, you'll lose the motivation, or you'll have self-doubt you didn't even start with. So if you can, just share stuff after you've accomplished it, except with your very, very trusted circle. But keep it to yourself. Just keep it to yourself most times, because people, they're not even thinking about something, and all of a sudden they're blocking it in some kind of way. I've seen it. I've seen it. Number 7, intentional sabotage. Let's see. For instance, they might lose your rings on your wedding day. They make you extra caffeinated rich cappuccino on the morning of a big presentation. Whatever their sabotage is aimed at bringing you down, undermining you, and ruining your plans. Inappropriate happiness when you fail is number 8. It's normal for us all to fail at some point. Usually our friends and colleagues mourn with us when we fail, but someone with animosity will show signs of glee. They seem to want you to fail, and they'll tell everyone how you failed, not caring about your feelings. I saw somewhere else in the other one that said, pay attention to who's always around you for your failures. But then if you have successes, they're quiet. They're quiet as a mouse on your successes, but they want to know every detail about your failures. That's one too, because there's no interest when you succeed. That doesn't feed anything for them. So pay attention to, can you also reach them when you have good news? Because I saw that somewhere. But number 9, feeling entitled to your secrets. Oh, you can trust me. Please let me help. These are words so typical of someone who has secret animosity towards you. They pretend to be there to support you, earning your trust so they can use your secrets against you. To find those secrets, these people ask uncomfortable questions, really digging into your mind. And I'm going to say this: be slow to share, build that trust with somebody, and then you kind of have to use your own intuition, and if you really feel comfortable, because sometimes these are really close to what a good friend would do as well. Like, they're going to make you face things that are uncomfortable. It's kind of like, what do people do with it after they have the information? To me, that shows what kind of person they really are. So just be careful. Don't overshare. Don't share with everybody. Have your few people. Number 10, friendly feedback. They may come and tell you to watch your back, that they noticed the other person was acting strangely, or that they believe the other person to be excessively jealous. When you hear this, investigate. This one also could be isolation. Be careful of people that you've already been established. You've had your close friends. There's someone you're trying to give a chance to, and all of a sudden, the new person has a problem with anybody you're already close with, because they start domino affecting and isolating you from people that know you well and would hurry up and tell you, hey, you might have some red flags with this one, but they try to hurry and get them out the way by, putting doubt in your mind about people you've already been close with. There hasn't been anything wrong with y'all, and now all of a sudden, here they go. There's a problem, but it's usually isolation on that one. It stopped me again. Hold on. Let me see if I can scroll to number 11. Boo. Let me refresh. Let's see if it's going to do it. There it goes. Okay. Rude overtalk in conversations. When the animosity is about to boil over, a jealous person will shout you down in conversations. They don't always have to shout. They can quietly cut in on you too. So everybody that's like that is not loud. Loud is not the sign. But they always know best, have the last say, ignore your attempts to speak quietly. Okay. And I was going to share one other thing. Sorry, y'all. I would have had this a little bit better, but I ain't gonna lie. I got thrown off by a couple people that came in here for a second. Again, the thing that scares me is that a lot of times these things start with something petty. Again, I'm going to say this is why you will most likely, I can never say never, so I'll say you will most likely not see me doing back and forth with people, because it never ends somewhere productive. is, and usually the people that have more time are the people that do the worst. Like, they have time to keep going and doing the worst. So it's not even a point to even start with them, because they always have the time and the energy you're not going to have to maintain that. So I'm a bow out person. You can, I don't have enough pride to be like, I'm going to keep proving you wrong. Just, you can shout I'm wrong. I'm going to let everybody that wants to believe I'm wrong, and then I'm going to keep going about my business, because I don't have the energy to maintain with people. And that is, I'm going to give a little bit of an example that y'all have probably heard online before, and this is the one that for me would count towards a almost secret animosity type thing. This is a light example, but the backhanded compliment, or the backhanded, like, oh God, I don't even know how much I want to say on that one, because I don't want to get anybody started again. I'll say this: I noticed it and I keep it moving. I notice it again, I keep it moving. A lot of it, I'm like, you ain't gotta tell me. So I've noticed a couple, and I've had enough to keep it moving. Be careful. Don't engage in the back and forth if you don't have to. Use the justice system if you need to, but just that personal back and forth, I don't see the payoff with it. I don't. Let's see. Miss Wynn said, Trenton, I had a friend who thought I had animosity or jealousy of her, but what happened is that I noticed the relationship was only one-sided, and I created clear boundaries. And see, I'm here for boundaries, Miss Wynn. And honestly, if you set boundaries with a person you didn't have clear boundaries with before, and they take it wrong, that's on them, especially because I feel like once people start communicating their boundaries, that means they're trying to just be a clear communicator in general. And so, as I've heard it said, if someone is so quick to believe something really bad about you, they probably already felt that in them, and it's not much you can do after that. So if you communicate clearly and that's too much for them, I don't know, life is too short, in my opinion. And there's people ready to accept you as you actually are versus how they want you to be. But I do say, give communication a chance first. Clearly communicate. Give your friendship a chance to make sure to see if y'all can make it. And if they're violating those boundaries after you set them, or they're not understanding, then that's not on you. Once you clearly communicated, that's not on you. Because I know what you mean. I can get that as well, because as we look at this, it might be people that start making up that maybe someone has secret animosity towards them, because there's a lot of suggestive things sometimes. So I can see that. And that all you have on your side is clear communication, and that's all you can do. She said the relationship didn't change and I moved out of the way. I get it. I get it. That's all you can do, Miss Wynn. Hill 75 said my circle is small and tight. Yeah. I I've had to say no more, and y'all know how hard it is, or it was, to say no. I had to say no a lot more. I understand that I block out time to be and show up online as I do, but that does not mean that I can give my offline time the way I can give my online time when I'm here. And I think some people thought that I still owed my offline time to them the same way I show up online, but I can show up online like this because I set aside that time to show up that way. Clear boundaries. And I have to be okay with somebody thinking I'm mean because I said no. And I'm trying to learn no is a complete sentence. I usually have no plus my excuse right now, but I'm learning no is a complete sentence. We'll see if I actually just stop at no anytime soon. But another reason, so this has already been heavy on my mind. This topic was already heavy on my mind. I then saw Black Girl Unlost. That girl has acid in her face. That is up to the police and everybody else to investigate. That girl has acid in her face. Acid in the face means I'm trying to ruin your life. Either for good or long term. I am trying to ruin your life. If you're throwing acid in someone's face, you are trying to ruin their life. I don't know what else to say about that. as far as the names being reported, they're being reported. I'm not saying that those people did it. That's what the law enforcement is saying, that those people did it. And also, she knows who she fought. That's on them. Be careful. Stay away from petty arguments. And you see, it's always social media, and it's like that with the 20s, the 30-year-olds, the 40-year-olds, the 50-year-olds, the 60-year-olds, the 70-year-olds. If they're able to type, it's all age groups. That's why I'm not blaming it on these young people, this young generation. No. It is all these people that choose to engage in petty feuds, and some take it too far. Okay, yep, you communicated your concerns and it didn't change. Hey, Leia's grandma. Hill 75 said, my favorite phrase is, my no is anointed. I like that. My no is anointed. Yeah. Yep. Oh, I'll give a specific example of something I haven't been celebrating publicly, and you still probably won't see it for a while. Hill 75 already knows because I talked about it in members only before, but for those of you that say, hey, Trending, congratulations on blank milestone, I appreciate it. I don't know if I'm publicly gonna ever just be out here saying anything again, though. I don't know. So, like, for those of y'all like, oh, I see your subscriber count. I'm like, I see it too, and I ain't saying nothing. I ain't got nothing to say. Because it just, the cost seems too high to just want to celebrate like I used to. It's too high. It's scary. Like, it's so many things. Like, there's so many things I've talked myself out of because it's just scary out here. People are present time taking things too far, and it is so scary. This is just the manifestation of one time of someone taking it too far. I don't like the stuff that's going on. I don't know all of it. That's why I stay in my corner, but every now and again stuff overlaps and I kind of talk about it a little bit, but I hope to bring a little bit of something helpful along with it. But I'll tell you now, it's too much. It's too much. Yeah, you're right, Paulette. And that's what I'm doing. I'm letting it speak for itself. I'm like, yeah. And then I'll, like, go celebrate offline most of the time now. But yes, stay in the hidden place. Do not fear. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Hill 75. I definitely do. And I'm good. Like, I'm not asking for, I'm not even asking for it. I just want to be cool. I want to be chill out here. I don't really want anything. That's the crazy part. I don't want anything. I just want to chill out and talk to y'all about these different topics. Sometimes it's something serious like this. Sometimes it's the honey pack. Most times we're doing body cams now and court cams and stuff. Like, I just want to chill, and then we all going about our great things happening offline. Like, that's all I want. And I'm just saying, I just don't, I don't feel the need at this time or the desire at this time to say anything like, oh, shoot. It's hard to even tell y'all, like, hey, just in case you want to come, the painting tip's coming up. It's hard to talk about it because I'm like, dang, that sounds like something. And I don't want the wrong people looking at it. J28T said, God ain't in it. He's not the author of confusion. Hold on, what happened? What part did I don't even remember what I said, J28T. Look, I'm trying to hide it. Oh, still 75. I don't care. I'm trying to hide it because peace will be with you. What do you mean, Paulette? At the last part, I got peace will be with you, but I'm not sure what your last part means. Man, it was even hard to do this part, but I do think that things come in divine timing, and it feels like if somebody else is possibly wondering about somebody and they feel like they're making too big of something, and it's like, okay, this thing popped up in their algorithm or this happened, and it's like, okay, maybe let me go back and put the puzzle pieces together. Let me be safe out here. Let me not minimize my feelings and my gut and actually act on what I feel, even if it's really small right now. Because I hope y'all catch stuff while it's still small. And I see y'all saying you're teaching your daughters and your children like what to look out for and being careful. That's a permanent decision that was made on her face. And also, this time it was a friend group or a group of people that knew each other. Sometimes it's men throwing acid on women's face because of rejection. It's a lot of things and everything you can't prevent, but the back and forths, I would try to let them ride if you can. Try to let them ride if you can. It's just not worth it. I'm not seeing where it's worth it. Every time I look, I'm like, I don't see where it's worth it. And that's just my opinion. And I try not to tell someone else what they should or shouldn't do. But if I'm asked my opinion, I share my opinion and then I keep it moving. But I have yet to see where a back and forth is worth it. I haven't seen it yet. That's all I can say. And honestly, this story has made me be even more like, maybe you might need to back off even just a little bit more than what you're already doing. I mean, I'm barely just scratching the surface, but I'm like, maybe I don't know if there's another way I can sit down again. I might need to sit down a little bit more. But be careful. Don't minimize your feelings. If you think the friendship's worth it, you can try to talk it out, but just be careful. That's what I was talking about. God was not in training at some point. Oh, like just the confusion in general that's been going on. Maybe J20AT. Yeah, a lot of times it is a distraction, and it's not worth it. It's just not worth it in the long term. Y'all, please be careful out there. Some of y'all were in there when I tried to talk about the other story, but my whole streaming platform it blacked out on me. It even told me I reached my streaming limit, and just so y'all know, I have unlimited hours. I don't have a streaming limit. I was like, oh, I'm taking that as a sign. That means I don't need to be talking about that story then. But if you do want to see that story, Chit Chat with QT talked about that other story that I ain't gonna mention at all because I don't need my stuff going out again. But again, it's about, I'll just say it's more social media online feuds that lead to fatal choices. That's all I'll say about that. It's not worth it. These people are not worth it at all. Please be careful. Just don't get caught up. Please be careful. You never know who is that imbalanced. Oh man, you just don't know. Y'all, please be careful out here. It's just not worth it. That's just what I want to end with. And we'll talk about other things on other live streams. I really have something that I really hope well, no, I'm not even gonna talk about it. Not carrying this energy on this live stream. Never mind. Y'all be careful out there. Again, literally news stories were played and court live stream was just played. So you got to argue with them on what was published. I don't have it for you because you'll learn I don't even keep that kind of energy over here. So for one, if that was really a family member of one of the people that are accused, help them with an attorney and fight it in court. I don't have it for you. I don't have it. That's just my honest truth, and I ain't got nothing else. I would just keep moving along and use that energy to help your family member then with their attorney and other things, because court of public opinion is not deciding this. Prosecutors are deciding this. Okay. Thank you, Miss Wynn. I will definitely keep working towards keeping my peace. And thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. It's very hard to watch, Kim. All right. But yeah, prayers to Passion and her family, and then the families of the people that are accused of doing it, and they have to deal with those consequences. I'll say that because the family didn't make the choice. But I don't have anything for you to argue with you if your person that's accused did or didn't do it. You talking about ways all of it comes out, it's in court. I don't know what else they're looking for. All right, y'all, but stay safe out there, please, and think twice about going back and forth with people. It's usually not worth it. And I will see y'all later. All right, bye.